Hello everybody, it's Gemma here from madebyGemmaCrafts.co.uk. Thank you for joining me again today. Today's project is this card inside a box. So here's our box and we have a piece of ribbon on the end to open it. So to reveal our card, we open our box and out pops our card, like so. And our card is a 3D cube. And to make it pop from the box, if I just squeeze this open, you can see there's an elastic band inside, and that is the mechanism to make it pop. So if I just push this flat and let go, it pops open again. So I'll just show you that one more time and let go, and off it pops. So now I'm going to do this project over 2 videos for you, because the cube itself, I want to make sure I explain it properly so you all understand, hopefully. Not too much waffling either. And then the second video will be on the box and the tray and sleeve for you. So if I just push that back down and pop it back inside, there we go. I'll just put this over to one side and I will bring in my templates that I've made for the cube inside. As you can see, I've got 2 templates here because we build our cube with 2 pieces of cardstock. So we make side 1 and side 2. And today I'm going to show you with different coloured cardstock, just so it hopefully explains how the cube goes together and the 2 different sides. So if I move our second side out of the way for a moment, just bring in my scoreboard and do our first lot of scoring for our first side. So for side 1, you'll need a piece of cardstock that measures 7 inches by 9 inches. And on our 7-inch side, we are going to score at 1/2 inch, 3.5 inches, and 6.5 inches. Then we're going to rotate this by 90 degrees with our 9-inch side at the top of our scoreboard. And we're going to score at 3 inches and 6 inches. So there we go, we have 6 squares and then we have 3 small rectangles on either end. So if I just take my scoreboard out of the way for a moment. Now, here on my template in pink, I have marked where we need to cut and remove parts of our cardstock. So you see this whole section here, we're going to remove this one. There we go, sorry about the phone there, another wrong number. So as I was saying, we've got pieces to remove. So I'm just going to draw one in pen today so you can see clearly. So I'm going to take my ruler, and you can do this in pencil on yours so you can rub out the lines. So just going to give this a little fold so I can see my score lines a little better. The light is not good today. It's so grey outside, I've had to put my big light on. It's not the easiest light to see in. So we're going to take away our top half here. We're going to do the same on our bottom square. We're going to cut that in half, diagonally across, like so. And then we're going to cut this square completely away. I'll just draw a quick line across there. This one we're removing completely. And then this middle square here, we're going to cut this one in half diagonally again, like so. So you see these bits here are all going to be removed. And then up on this corner here, we're going to cut a tab for the side of our box, like so. So if I quickly just cut this out. When you make your one, you can either cut it by hand, nice and neatly, or you can pop it on your trimmer, like so. Sorry, my line wasn't very straight there. I just straightened it up. And there we go. I'm going to cut this tag here. And cut all the way down. And finally this square here. So there we go. Get rid of all these bits that we've just cut off. There we go, we have our final shape. There we go. If I just bring my template in, you can see by removing those squares and half squares how we've got to our shape. So if I'm just gonna go along and give these score lines a fold and a burnish, because we need to pop in some diagonal score lines and fold lines as well. Now there are many different ways that you could put in your diagonal ones. You could use a ruler and your scoring tool and draw a line with your scoring tool to make the line across this section here. Let's pop it up this way, because what we need to do is put a score line in diagonally across here. I just grabbed this is my second template that I cut out. And this one shows where we need to put in our score line. So we want one running across this side from here to here diagonally. And then we need another one here on this little triangle down here. So the easiest way I've found to do this is to turn this over. Turn it round as well. And then we're just going to fold this in half. So our line here on this square is going to come and flush up with this one up here where our tab is, with this square here. So you're just going to take this, line it up and push down. Just use your score tool just to burnish that down nicely. So we've got a nice firm score and fold line. There we go, we can open that up, and there we go, we've got our score line right where we need it. And so this little triangle down here where we need to put in another one, we can quite easily bring this side of the triangle over this point to the other, push down and burnish that one like so. And there we have our other score line right where we need it as well. So now we need to do our side number 2. So if I just bring my scoreboard back in, not lose my scoring tool underneath it as well like I normally do. Right, so for our second side, our cardstock for this one measures 6.5 inches by 9.5 inches. And that's because we need to pop in some tabs in slightly different places. So for our scoring on this one, on the 6.5 inch side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch and 3.5 inches. We're going to rotate our cardstock by 90 degrees, so we've got our 9.5 inch side at the top here, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch, 3.5 inches and 6.5 inches. So for this one, you will see we've got our 6 squares, but our small rectangles this time, we've got 3 down this side and we have 2 across our top side here. So if I just take this out of the way, we can pop in some lines again. I'm just going to give this a fold so I can see my score lines a little easier. Right, so I'll just push that flat. So this one again, by bringing our template, we've got some corners to cut away. So we've got our top one, our bottom one. This one we're going to lose completely, as well as half of this one. And then up in this corner we're just going to cut diagonally across our line here to give us some tabs on either side of our square here. So for this one I will just cut this one straight out. Try and save a little time. All the templates and everything will all be on my blog, and as always I will put a link to my blog in the description box below the video. Right, so then we're just going to come across diagonally up here. Get rid of these pieces. So that's our template for this one. Once again, we need to put in a diagonal fold line on this. So again, we can just flip it over and we can bring these up to meet straight in half. Can line that up nicely. Like so, and just use our scoring bone folder just to push that down nicely. There we go, we have our score line right where we need it to be in there. And then again, this triangle, we're just going to bring this in half and fold over, burnish that one down like so. So there's no awkward measuring, worrying about being in the wrong place, because using that method of doing it, you'll never fail to get it in the right place. Also, the other thing is, when you are putting these fold lines in, you need them to be in the right place. Because if I just bring in this box again, which is finished here, the score lines that we're putting in here, the fold lines we're putting in diagonally across here, are these ones here, which will helps your cube fold flat inside your box. For when, so we need them in the right place. And also I found that folding them by hand helps to keep the box flatter. I noticed a couple of times when I was using my ruler to put in my score line, I wasn't getting it quite in the right place. So if you push this together, you should, in theory, be able to fold it completely flat, like so, just like that. Okay, right, so if I just bring in our other side, you'll see that they are both pretty much identical, apart from a couple of tabs. So on side one, our tabs are on this top square here and the middle square here, and on side two we've got two tabs on our top square here, like so. Right, so now we need to pop in our little holes for the inside of our box and where our elastic band is going to sit inside. So once again, the easiest way I've found to do this is to pop our two sides on top of each other. And now we're going to make a hole roughly half an inch in from our fold line here and half an inch up from our line here. So I've got my crocodile and I'm just using the smaller size hole on this, so you can roughly eyeball around there, punch a hole. Now to get it in the same place on the other side, we can just fold in half, and we can use our hole here as a guide that we've already done. We can punch that one. Just do the same on this, fold it in half, use our hole we already have as a guide. Then we can pop these back on top of each other, just line them up like so. And then we're going to make a cut about 1/4 of an inch away in this direction from our hole. So we're just going to snip up and up. Then we're going to cut a little triangle out on that side, a little triangle out on that side, and then we're going to bring the top of our cut here to join our circle we've just punched out, our little hole, like so. And we'll repeat that on the other side. So there we go, we have our holes punched and our little notches cut to hold our elastic band. Now let me just grab an elastic band, grab it off another one that I've already been making. Let's have a look. I've got a big bag of elastic bands here. So we want one around this size. So if you squeeze that out, maybe it's, a quick look. Just, there we go. So our elastic band, we don't want it too big, because we need some tension inside our box to get it to pop properly. So maybe roughly about 1.5 inches in diameter around this side. I mean, I bought a big bag of elastic bands, all different sizes, so I just went through the bag and found the best size one. You can pick up your elastic bands anywhere, pound shop, etc, etc, stationers. And I didn't actually buy them, they're my husband's. So, sorry, I pinched your elastic bands. There we go. So now we're going to pop this together. So what we need to do is get our triangles pointing upwards. I'll get there in a minute. So this is the way round that you want to have your pieces for when you're going to put it together. So this tab here will affix to this square here. So when we pop that on top of there, you will have your 2 small triangles pointing upwards like so. So I'm going to use some of the super duper red sticky tape to fix this together, because it needs to be nice and strong to hold your box together. I've just got a strip of that put across there. And we're just going to line that up here, and we've put that together like so. So that's our first one. Then I'm going to turn over. I'm going to fold upwards, and then we're going to fold our triangles inwards like so, and then we're going to stick this tab here to this square here. So just a bit of tape again across here. I'm just going to bring these 2 tabs together. Sorry, this tab here with this square. That a good push down. So now we've got our little notched sides sticking out. So what we're going to do now is going to stand this up. You see we've got our triangles pointing up. We're going to push this flat, and we're going to bring our 2 notched little triangles inwards. I'm going to do the same on that side. So we've got our notches on the inside. Just fold these back out the way. Here and here, like so, and we've got our 2 tabs here and here on our 2 squares. So now what we're going to do is pop our elastic band on. And this is going to be what holds our box together. So we're just going to push that together here and slide our elastic band in so it just sits inside the little notch. And we're going to repeat that on this side as well. Pull it over like so, so that just sits inside there like so. It's going to push it out of shape a little, because then what we need to do now, we need to take these 2 triangles here, and we've got our tab here, and we're going to bring this one over to here, and we're going to stick that one to there like so. So I'm just going to put some tape on my tab. So we'll put some tape on that one and put some tape on the other one as well. Like so. And as you will see, it is pretty bent out of shape. You think, oh my goodness, it's never going to work. But persevere, it will. It will come together and work. So we're going to bring this side across here. Just take off the backing. As I said, we're going to bring this across here and we're going to push down. And then we're going to do the same with this side, and we're going to stick this one over to here. This one is a little bit more fiddly to get in. There we go. As you can see, a little bit of the tab is still poking through here. No worries, we can just take our scissors and snip it off so it's all straight. Like so. And there we go, we have our cube put together now. So now to fold this flat, you're going to push in on the top and the bottom, and you're going to fold down flat. There we go, and that's quite a lively one. Here we go, and that is our cube finished. There we go, off it goes, like so. So in my next video, I will show you how I decorated my cube, and also how to make the box that it sits in for when it pops out. So thank you for watching. I hope you stay tuned for the next video, and I'll speak to you again soon. Thank you, bye bye.